they buy it for themselves. Now, if that's what they're, again, you have to ask them, well, what is your goal? What is it you want? And that, um, as I mentioned before, I'm actually in the middle of writing a book on this because this is a common thing. People get into the market for the first time and they're not asking the basic questions. Why do I want to do this? What is my goal? And based on your goal, you start working your way through everything. So for me, in all the years of people buying vacation properties or second homes, they buy it for their entire family.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today we're joined by Vicki Brown, owner of Beach Life Properties and a real estate professional with over 25 years of experience in development and sales. Based in Gulf Shores, Alabama, she specializes in short-term rental investments and is a licensed broker in 6 different states. She helps buyers identify high-performing vacation properties in one of the top coastal markets in the country, bringing decades of experience, local market knowledge, and a strong understanding of what actually works in the short-term rental space. Welcome to the show, Vicki.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning. Good morning.
Good.
Gulf Shores, Alabama. I mentioned to you in the green room, that's an area that I personally have a lot of interest in.
It is a fast growing place. You should see what they're doing here. I just crazy with airport now. We have Allegiant that's coming in direct nonstop. I could get there from where I'm sitting with you in 5 minutes. I'd be at the airport. And
It's going to be an international airport.
well, they call it that. It's international to us here in the South. So it
All
goes
right.
it goes in mostly the eastern states, but it is so easy if someone wants to invest to bring people to their property. Excuse me, because now it's nonstop, really inexpensive, great safety record, which we're all concerned about on flights. But that and the infrastructure is really growing here.
That's a
Pardon
great
me.
point, about the
Yes.
accessibility for travelers. How are people
Yes.
currently getting to Gulf Shores, Alabama?
Most of them are driving, or if they are flying, they're beginning to fly into Gulf Shores directly because of the new flights. But they've been flying into Pensacola or Destin, which Destin is about
Okay.
2-hour drive. So it makes so much more sense for people to come right here to Gulf Shores. And they're really trying to promote it here. So like I said, this is a top place for investing in real estate right now.
I mean, when I think about this area, I haven't been there, but I've heard such great things from guests. And I think you can get all of the feel of being at a beach, as beautiful a beach as anywhere, but in a market which is slightly more cost effective than some other markets. So you're not going to spend an arm and a leg, just for a margarita.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there are places, if you want to spend money, you can come here and spend money, but the beaches are pristine. They clean them every day. The sand is white. When you walk on the sand, it squeaks. I mean, it's white. It's gorgeous. The water is crystal clear. My sister-in-law is vacationing right now away, and so she sends us her beach pictures. Oh, wish you were here. If I could walk down the street and give her the exact same picture. The clarity of the water, the color of the water. So they call this nickname the Redneck Riviera. It's beautiful. It really is.
There's a lot of competition. I mean, when you think about if people were previously driving in from Florida, right? So there might have been previously stopping in Pensacola. They're having to figure out, okay, well, where are we going to vacation at? Where's our beach destination going to be? And so I can imagine previously and continuing to today, the Gulf Shores, Alabama market felt like, okay, we might not be directly competing with some of these other markets, but there is some type of competition there.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
There is, but our prices are, as you said, it's more cost effective, not just to vacation here, but to purchase here. We have a huge variety of properties. You can go down to Fort Morgan, which is in the unincorporated area of Gulf Shores. But they are restricting, you cannot build over 3 stories. It's mostly single family. It's like going back in time down there. That is the hot spot that is going right now because there's still room. You can buy a lot and build there. We have restrictions. We have the beach mouse. We have the turtles. But that is a real hot spot right now. You can go the other direction, go by Floribama, which everyone knows about Floribama. You can go that direction, and it's a little bit more congested. You're right on the Florida-Alabama line. But there's also an area called Ono Island. We're very expensive, beautiful. We've got the peninsula where a couple of well-known actors live. They bought their homes there. There's a diversity. I personally, my husband and I have decided to be, if you'll excuse the term, we call it slumlord. So we buy the least expensive one that needs the help. And it's okay that we don't get the rents that the beachfront do, but it stays rented. It makes sense. If you don't mind having a place that may not be what you would stay in, but it's something where families will be able to afford to come down here. That, for me, that's the hot ticket, is getting
How
those.
long have out of state investors been looking at Gulf Shores, and is it now hotter than ever as far as out of state investor interest?
Well, it goes in cycles like anything else, up and down. We had 3 years ago, it was a hot market, and everything I put on the market, I had multiple offers the same day. That was fun. It was crazy how much people wanted to be here. But I think that now that the city is bringing us better infrastructure, it's becoming a better market for people to buy. It's not, let me buy it and hopefully it will all work out. This is a destination more in the know, in the market. It's more in demand right now.
Are there specific areas in Gulf Shores that outperform others or that you're particularly bullish on?
Well, as I mentioned, the Fort Morgan, but it depends on what you're talking about. Outperform on rental income, outperform
That's a good point.
on value coming up. I mean, that's kind of a broad term. So if you're looking on something that will outperform on getting rentals, you want to be near the main area. So there's a place called the Hangout, which is the biggest place in Gulf Shores for activity. A lot of vacationers want to go there. They have something for everybody. That will bring you more activity because it's right there. People will walk to everything. If you're looking for something you buy now and it should escalate, and of course we don't know. I'm not going to say I know this, but Fort Morgan has always been the kind of sleepy area that people are noticing now. So again, it depends on what you're looking for outperform. I want to get a better ROI on my property, so I'm doing like what I told you. I'm buying that's in the beach area that checks all, as I say, checks all those boxes. They can walk to everything, but I'm not going to pay $450,000 for beachfront when I can pay half that and my ROI is the same.
Yeah,
So I, you know,
cash flow.
I'm very, yeah. So I can buy multiples of those and it's easier
What
on me.
What's the biggest mistake that you see people making when buying their first short-term rental?
They buy it for themselves. Now, if that's what again, you have to ask them, well, what is your goal? What is it you want? And that, as I mentioned before, I'm actually in the middle of writing a book on this because this is a common thing. People get into the market for the first time and they're not asking the basic questions. Why do I want to do this? What is my goal? And based on your goal, you start working your way through everything. So for me, in all the years of people buying vacation properties or second homes, they buy it for their entire family.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And I have told them forever, okay, so how often do your children visit you? So you're going to spend so much more, and you're going to have 3 extra bedrooms you'll never use because you're planning for that family vacation that happens once a year. Is that the right thing to do? Wouldn't it make sense that they can rent a place next door to you, or they can, we used to sleep on the floor, no problem. Grandma hands me a pillow and a blanket, and I'm good. Even as adults, I'll sleep on the floor. It's okay. But
Yeah,
they
we're
buy
happy to be
property.
there. The vacation
Yeah, it's
spot.
okay. You just want to be there. You want to be with your family, or if you're adults, rent something by them, but don't buy a property that's more than what you need. Now, you might be talking yourself out of a big sale, but your customer's going to be happier that way. I
How
truly
has
believe that.
the short-term rental market changed over the past few years?
The management has changed. We've gone through cycles of that as well. So it started out with you get it, you do it yourself. You can go VRBO, Airbnb, and we had a lot of small mom and pop places here. The local people, they know them, and they put on Airbnb and take care of it, which is good because a lot of these people don't live in
Yeah.
the state. So you need that. Then it started to grow, and we had these very large companies that I'm not saying they're bad. I don't want to mention them, but I mean, very large companies would come in and they would do the best they could. They would just gobble up all these other ones, hoping that it would still be the same. But what you find out is you've got a corporation that requires to maintain control, but then it's not focusing on the little markets. So it's now coming back the other way. So now these larger companies are making changes. If they're going to keep the areas, they're focusing smaller, or they're selling franchises. But the small, I used to call, small boutique management companies are what is going right now. So if you're
I
going to
mean, when
buy
we
one, use the one.
talk
Sorry.
about that short-term rental space, it's so critical to have like top-notch communication, right? I'm actually in a Airbnb right now in Santo Domingo, and I know that I've stayed in several, right? If you have any issue and you're in a new place, it's, not something that you can necessarily wait for even a couple hours with, because it
Yeah,
could, really throw a wrench in your plans.
absolutely. What if you have a water leak? Can't get hold of somebody. That's terrible. I had one that the visitors came and they used the washing machine. Well, the owners had just had it hooked up and they didn't punch out. There's a punch out to the back for the drain in a washing machine. Didn't do that. So all of a
Yeah.
sudden water's pouring everywhere. We were right there, so it wasn't bad. But imagine if that happened and you had a big, huge company that didn't have local, good communication. You've got water going from your floor to the next floor, to the next floor, to the next floor, all this water damage and money. So a local person that you have seen and you've talked to me, is very important.
For someone who already owns one STR and they're thinking about, potentially scaling their business, what's the next step for them to scale? Is it hiring, a dedicated property manager? Is it them really delegating a lot of the work as far as management and cleaning and changeover?
If they live in the area and they're doing nothing else, you should do it yourself. Don't be lazy. Take care of your own property. If you live out of the area, our very first rental, I lived in Missouri and we bought it down here. So we had to have someone. But what we had was a really good cleaner. Number one, got to have a good cleaner. If you have a good cleaner that will take pictures for you, you can deal with everything else. You can create a list of contractors. So I would say the first step, to go back, answer your question, the first step is, what do you have? How much you want to be involved? Have a good list of contractors, of people that you can talk to. Your cleaner is number one because those are your eyes to your unit.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So I would start with that. If it's just more than what you want to deal with, get some names. Talk to other people in your unit. Who are they using? Find out what has worked for them, what is successful for them, and then look at the reviews on those units.
Yeah.
See if they've had any problems with it. But if you can do it yourself, don't be lazy. Do it yourself.
Do
Just
it
have your
yourself.
resources. Yeah.
I want to pivot a bit here, ask you a question about the development space. I've heard from folks that it's just trickier and trickier to find properties at a rate that pencils, that makes sense, and that flips are tougher and tougher. And so oftentimes people have to
Yeah.
look into longer time horizons in order to ride that appreciation. But I'm also seeing a lot of people all over the Sun Belt get into development of some capacity, whether that's a single family infill lot or even building out a small subdivision. In the STR space specifically, are there people that are developing single family homes with the express purpose of creating a short term rental?
Yes, there are. Now, the first thing you need to check are regulations, obviously, because that's a big thing, especially here in the beach area. They're very environmentally sensitive on everything here. But yes, we have people, their developers are coming in with the full intention of having their program to be rental. Um, it it's difficult to find those infill lots at a decent price because you're going to buy a lot here and there are open spaces. They're just lots that people use for parking. There are these spaces, but you're going to be paying, a couple $1 million if you want to put up, townhomes or you want to put up, condos. You've got to really watch your dollars. It's difficult to do it. You have to have deep pockets. But if you've got if you know you're going to get the rents, and I think people are really banking on all this new infrastructure coming in because I see a number of them right now going up right across from the beach. There's a street, there's the beach side, sand side, the opposite side. So the opposite side of the roadway, I see two of them right now that are multiple units that are going up, and they'll sell them and they'll rent them.
So, bonus question here for you. I didn't realize that there was new construction happening right on the beach or very close to the beach. How much availability is there for those types of properties? If someone wanted to come in and get a new construction, with an ocean view or close to the ocean view, is there a lot of those properties available?
They're still there, absolutely still there. I would look out in Fort Morgan for the most variety of lots because there are still beachfront lots out in Fort Morgan, second tier, third tier, fourth tier. There's still a lot of them, and I would say they're like 1.7 or so. I haven't looked in a while to get a beachfront one. It's gonna be long and skinny, but they build up, so you can get 3 stories up is what you're allowed out in Fort Morgan.
Wow.
Here in town, it's just the restrictions are so tight. I mean, if it was me and I had the, endless funds to do it, I would I would build in Fort Morgan, actually. I wouldn't even look in town here. I'd build in Fort Morgan. But if you're gonna do rentals, build here, sell them, but market them as short-term rental and be prepared that you can show people what they will rent for. I think there's so many agents that are selling
Great
these
point.
short-term rentals, they're not prepared. You have to have the full package. Get multiple companies, vacation rental companies, to give you numbers ahead of time before you even list the property, and have that as part of your package. So I know I'm kind of spinning around different stuff, but one thought you
No, I
give me, it
mean,
makes my mind go to the next thing.
that
So
is a great point, and I think it's particularly true right now because as more and more people, particularly in the Sun Belt, but really everywhere, are realizing, I could be working a job, but I could also be involved as a real estate investor. I think agents can't just say carte blanche, "Hey, I'm only going to work with home buyers and I'm not going to work with investors, or I'm only going to work with investors and I'm not going to. I think you do have to be not 100% a generalist, but you have to at least be able to speak the lingo a little bit.
Yes, but if you long time ago, I had just my real estate license, and I had a good friend that was a broker. And at the time, I'm much older than you. So at the time, it was mostly men were in the business. She said, once you get your broker's license, first get it as fast as you can. And when you go to look at this property, you learn every single thing about that property that you can. You learn how it was constructed. You learn what the foundation is. You learn what type of plumbing that they use. You learn it all because you have to be better than anybody else on your knowledge. And so many times we have agents that will list a property and just take pictures, talk to the owner, find out the basics of square footage and that, and then list it. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's not good service to your customers. You need to know that property. And if it's an investment property, you need to be able to do some numbers. And if you don't know how to do that, goodness gracious, go on YouTube, find something. There's always something that will teach you how to figure this out. With AI the way it is, how could you not know this stuff? But you have to be prepared.
What do you think about in a situation like that where you may have great rapport with the seller? It could be someone in your sphere and they want to list with you. And if you're working in a broker that has seasoned investor friendly agents co-listing, just so that you can get your feet wet and understand, hey, this is what the process looks like from the cradle to the grave, working with someone who's selling an investment property.
That is a beautiful idea. That really is. Don't be greedy. If you need to learn. So many times that they'll just, take it all and they don't do well. What I've always told all the agents I've ever worked with is that if you don't know something, you say, I don't know. Do not make it up. Don't, BS someone through it. Say, I don't know, but I will find out and I'll get right back to you. And don't take a chance with your reputation. You can't get your reputation back. So if you're going to take on this client that is an investor and you haven't done it before, the best thing you can do, what you suggested, is wonderful because you are showing that you're going to do the best job for your customer and it will come back to you. You will get referrals. Your business will grow better than faking your way through it, and your reputation is ruined because you can't get that
Yeah.
back.
Not
Pardon me,
the
excuse me.
long run, right? We are
Yeah.
coming up on time here, Vicky. Any new projects that you're working on? And then as well, what's the best way for folks to get in contact with you?
Thank you. Well, right now, sorry about that. Right now, I am starting to build my business back up. For so long, I've been supporting all the agents in property management. So what I'm working on right now is to do this less than perfect units, better ROI. And that's the project I'm going through, all of them that are on the market. I'm doing all of the footwork ahead of time and working up a portfolio of the best properties on the beach right now. So it takes some time, but when I get a phone call, I'll have it all right in front of me. I don't want to depend on what I see on MLS. So that's my current project I'm working on, in addition to the book that I'm working on. And yes, thank you for asking how to find me. I love new customers, new clients, and I will sit and answer questions, even if you don't want to work with me. If you're thinking about doing your own thing and you already have your own broker, no problem. I'd answer any questions you like. And you can reach me at beachlife9898 at Yahoo. Or should I give them my cell? Do you
Go
do that?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know. 251-284-8661. But if you hit me or send me a note on Beachlife, BEACHLIFE 9898 at yahoo.com, I'll get right back to you. I promise.
Vicky, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.